Welcome, Walnut. I'm Lara, but you can call me Laz, your host for Walnut Wednesday. This is your reminder to be brave, be yourself, and know that you can make the world a better place just by what you decide today. Here, I'm going to share my weekly walnuttings with you on a Wednesday. Hello, Walnut. It is me, Laz, here for another episode of Walnut Wednesday, and I have my beautiful, delicious friend Colby on the podcast. Welcome!
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited, Walnut. This has been this chat has been a long time coming, just with scheduling and my banana brain being like,
Yes.
"Hi, I want to talk to you," and then I don't talk to you for months. Right? Um, welcome. Thank you so much for being here, my friend. I will get you to quickly introduce yourself to the Walnuts who have
Okay.
not met you before.
Okay. I'm Colby. I'm 24. I live in Arkansas in the United States, and I'm an author service provider who specializes in social media content creation. And yeah.
So, how how did you get into calling yourself an author services provider? Like, did you study branding and marketing and things like that? What's your background?
No. So before I did this, I was self-employed. I've been self-employed since I was 18. I graduated high school. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And so I opened my own dog sitting business and I did. And so I'm self-taught. Like I learned everything there is to know about self-employment myself just because I had to.
Yeah.
So I opened like a sole proprietorship and I did dog sitting. And then when COVID hit, I had to kind of figure out what I was going to do with that since we weren't doing like in person, everyone was at home. And so I added pet retail. And so I kind of got into different businesses around town to like put dog toys in. I did like dog mom apparel. I did all the things, anything pet, I had it all, and I still have it that like I didn't sell. And so I did, yeah. So I was a pet sitter, and that's kind of how I gained some knowledge about working for myself because that's all I've ever known. And then let's see. At the beginning of last year is kind of when I was like, I would love to start doing this. I really didn't even know it was a thing, but there was a few people that I had followed that they're bigger book talkers. A lot of book talkers have turned reading into their job. And so they kind of gave me the idea, but I am not a well-known like creator at all. Like I'm still not. I'm very small. Like a lot of these people, have thousands of followers. I have not reached that still. So I said this is going to be a big jump.
Yeah.
Like, but I had nothing to lose. I said
Yeah.
I I want to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to do it.
Yeah.
And so it was like, okay, we'll see how this goes. But really the idea and like how I was even able to like start is I met an author at a book convention in summer of 2023. And I've been reading her since high school. So I'd been an ARC reader for her for a long time. And so she knew me from like her Facebook group, but it was like my first time meeting her. I was terribly anxious, like very like excited, but just super nervous. And so I always think I don't make a good impression just because I come across very closed off, even though I'm not. But that's how I am when I'm super anxious. So I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think they're gonna realize like how much I love them and how much I love their books. But somehow she really liked me, and we kind of started messaging on Facebook like after the convention, and she asked me if I would assist her at a book signing um, the next year. And so I told her at the beginning of last year, I was like, I kind of want to start doing this. Do you have anyone on TikTok that's helping you? Like, I have no experience. I'll do it for free if you just are my guinea pig. And so she said yes. And that's kind of how it started. I did that from January to April, and then she finally was like, okay, I'm going to start paying you.
Yeah.
Like, what are you charging? And this is like a huge thing with it's gotten a little bit better with author services, but there's not a lot of transparency with pay.
Yeah.
And so I had no idea what to charge. I asked so many people that were doing it, and they were all very vague.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I mean, and again, a lot of it is, oh, they're more established than me. So their pay is based off what they think they're worth and how much experience they have. So
Yeah.
they maybe couldn't have helped me, but it was more of like, I just need an estimate here.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I just need a number,
Yeah.
please,
Throw a
and I'll go
number.
lower. Like, I'll
Yeah.
go lower. So it took me a long time to even be like, okay, I want to really start like reaching out because I had no idea like what to say, how much I was charging. Like, it was honestly ridiculous how hard that was. But once I figured that out, I just started getting into authors' DMs, like authors that I read, like I've read, that I
Yeah.
love, that I comment on. Like, it wasn't or it was authors like author friends, like their friends that they had. Like once I got one author, I said, okay, maybe they have some friends that don't have anyone.
Yeah.
And but it was, I would say until literally I got Bailey Hannah and she told Elliot about me
Yeah.
that I said, oh, I'm fucking doing this. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to do this.
Yeah.
It was honestly the most bizarre like thing ever because I mean still I just can't believe it's real. You know, like
Yes.
it's like what am I even doing?
Yeah.
Um and I only worked with Bailey for like 2 months, but that was really just like having like that testimonial
Yeah.
was like really turned things for me and same with Elliot. And it just, gradually I started getting more. Like it was still slower, but like I by December I will be have done it full time for a year. So
Wow.
it took me about 6 months to get to full time, but I would say that was even fast.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
mean, for respect, just because everyone was like, when I had asked how they got into it, they said, "Oh, they they come to me because they're like more well known on Book Talk, so authors know them because of the content they post." I was not in that position, so I was like, "Okay, none of that helped me, but thank you."
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna have to figure something else
Figure it out.
out. Um, but it was just I don't know. I took the leap and I made it. So I think that I like this is what I was meant to do,
Yes.
just because of in a way how easy it was. Like because it wasn't easy, but it to me it was at the same time. Just
Yeah.
because it just felt natural. Like there was, just authors reaching out or they were like the DMs I sent. They were just like, yes, like of course I want to work with you. It was just like so,
Yeah.
I
It
don't
all
know.
lined
It
up.
just felt like right. Um, and so and Elliot, she's still like my biggest client, like in terms of how much work I do for her. So, I mean, I'm just so eternally grateful. Like because she equals probably like if she was like my other authors who do maybe like one or two posts a day, I would have to get more than five to make up for what she like the work I do for her. So like
Mhm.
she is like just doing all of that for her has helped so much. Like
Yeah.
I don't have to have like 20 plus authors, like I'm good at like 15 and that's it. I mean, even that is a lot, but
Yeah. I was gonna say, oh my gosh, a 15 author roster, like just me as a PAVA and working on the side, like I only have the one at
right.
the moment. So it is just like when you say 15, I'm like, oh, my brain was ticking away. Like, how do you compartmentalize all the little boxes and your phone must be like, do you have lots of phones? Or do you just have
I
lots
j-
of
I just
accounts or?
have I just have my phone and I do have an iPad. So
Hmm.
I've had a lot of things that I've had to overcome this year. I got like very, very stressed out in the spring because I was getting so many offers and so just kind of like trying to get ready to start working with them. Like it was just a lot.
Yeah.
But I was still not in a position where I could like say no yet. Like I
Yeah.
was still like, okay, I want to get as many as I can just to see, like how much I can do. Like, what is my capacity?
Yeah.
But I reached my capacity and then I said, I don't know what I'm going to do because I had terrible headaches. Like I was having to work with like an ice pack or a heating pad on my face for 6 weeks
Oh my
because
gosh.
I did too much. And
Yeah.
my body was like, no,
Yeah.
we can't be doing this. Um, and so I got an iPad and that helped so much on my eyes. The blue light kills me still. I have to take breaks. Like my eyes get so tired. I mean, I have blue light lenses, but it's just crazy because once you wake up, you're just on a screen.
Yeah.
Like, and before I was working with dogs and cats, so like I wasn't really on a phone. Like I was worried about them when I was with them and everything. And I thought I was on my phone or reading a lot before, but this is like, it's so much more. Like I'm constantly reading for work. So I kind of have to put in my schedule, okay, you're going to read this for fun or you're going to be getting burnout. Like you need a book that you
Yeah.
want to read that's on your TBR, not a book that's for work. Like you can do that the next day
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's it is a lot, but at the same time, like I feel better about it now than I did in the spring because like you lose some, like I lose authors, and then I'm like, okay, that's a good little break. And so I said, okay, let's just get back to like stable here. Like you don't need to be working like too much. Like let's just calm down
Yeah.
and you'll get them back. I said, um, because like I would say the start of my 20s was not good for me mentally, and so my mental health is very, very important. And I am not going to do anything, even if it makes me money, that's going to make that worse. So I said, like in the spring, um, you know, once the headaches hit, I said, okay, we've got to figure something else out here. Like, what do I need to do to make sure that doesn't happen again? Because I literally was like, I have no idea when these were gonna go away. Like, they were so bad. And I had to keep working. I had to keep reading. It was
Yeah. 'Cause
awful.
you're it, right?
And
It's you. You don't have someone you can call in sick
right,
for. You don't have, and
right,
if you're sick, then the authors, the 15 on your roster, all their content drops off the map
right,
somehow, like
right,
you have to be very strategic to take a day off, essentially, right?
right,
So yeah,
right,
that's a lot of pressure, and I can see where that was building and the headaches were starting and things because it's a lot. It's a lot.
right, right. So yeah, but once those went away, I said, okay, we're okay.
Yeah.
Like we just had a little setback. Um, just something else my body decided to give me. I said I've never like had headaches like that before from stress, so it was difficult because
Mm.
my anxiety automatically thinks, oh, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
There was, but not like where you're gonna die or something. I took a vacation as well, and that's really when I just did nothing. Like I
Yeah.
did nothing for a whole week, and that helped a lot. And I still had headaches, I'd say, for like a month after that, but once they went away, I've been good since. So, um, but yeah, I think it was a good teaching moment, like just to see where I was at with like my capacity, like what I could handle stress wise. I really was just like doing as much as I could until basically that happened. And so it was like, okay, no, we need to not be doing that much.
Mm.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's okay. So, and I also, when I first started, I was working 7 days a week as well. So I finally stopped doing that in the spring and doing like Monday through Friday like a normal person.
Yeah.
And just being a little bit more strict and putting myself first more, like I make sure as much as I can, because I have insomnia. So if I can get 8 hours, that's great. But I make sure that I'm not the one that's like, or there's not any like outside sources that's making me not get 8 hours, like because I'm doing too much work or something. Like,
Yeah.
so I said, I make sure I get a good sleep. Um, I take time for myself. Just it was just yeah, but yeah.
I would love to talk a little bit more about that, Colby, because asking for a friend, aka
Mhm.
me, it's
Yeah.
it is it is actually really, really hard to take a moment for yourself. So as you know, Walnuts listening, I work in corporate, a 9 to 5 job. I PA on the side, and I just became a mum. So there's
Right.
kind of no room for other life things to get in my way. And when I log off my corporate work, I'll log into my PA work. And when I log out of my PA work, I'm looking after the baby. So I love how you really highlighted that you put that boundary with yourself in place for the Monday to Friday to give yourself the day or the weekend. Um,
Right.
with with a role kind of like ours where it is kind of on your phone or on your iPad or whatever like because I'm constantly getting I have to have my phone on silent because I get that many bing bongs and some of it's for Walnut Wednesday and other things are for other things so um
Right.
it's just I would love to know like how do you have any tips and tricks? How do you stick to giving yourself a weekend or giving yourself that time or making sure you're getting your 8 hours? Like, do you have any little rituals or is it just like a standard you've set and you're like, no, I'm doing this. Put the phone away or put the iPad away.
Um, well, so I joined this trauma program last year, and that really just put a lot of things into perspective for me. Um, I had been in talk therapy for many, many years, and I was not getting any better. Uh, and so I learned a lot about what trauma is, how it affects our body and our mind, but really how it affects our body and our nervous system. And the more I got into that type of recovery, it's specifically called somatic experiencing. And I learned from a somatic experiencing practitioner who's also a trauma survivor. Um, that really just made me realize like what was important in my life in that moment. Like like I'd always, I wouldn't say I didn't put myself first, but I had reached just like I was at rock bottom at the start of my 20s. Like I was 19, I didn't want to be here. There was just so much going on. No one knew what was wrong with me. I was misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder. There was a lot going on in my life. And I would say that was like my entire existence was just that I was not well and I was just trying to figure out what was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, so I was really just, I was in survival mode. And I said just a few years ago, I was like, I just, I can't keep going like this. So I've got to figure something else out. Like, I do not want to suffer anymore. And no
Mm,
one does, but you, I definitely was someone that started to victimize myself. Like, I was constantly like just putting another label on me because it's what anyone, like any doctor does. And I
yeah.
was like, that's not helping me. Like all these things that I was doing, nothing was helping me get better. I said, I just still don't feel safe in my body, and I don't know why. Like I just feel stuck. And so I found this woman, and she in this program just completely transformed my life. And that was like a 6 month program that I did last year. And the work they say is stupid simple, but you have to be intentional about it.
Mm,
And so every night before bed, I take time for myself and it's called resourcing. And it's basically it's really just anything that makes your nervous system feel safe. Like how can I show my nervous system that I'm safe in this moment now?
okay.
Because when you're stuck in survival mode, your nervous system thinks that what's happening to you then is still happening to you now. It has no concept of time. So that's why when you get triggered, it feels like whatever happened to you is happening again. You get those same symptoms because that's what your nervous system is just trying to protect you.
Mm,
And so it has all this armor on and you just want it to get off. Like you just like, why am I still being like this?
yeah.
And so that's what was going on with me. I mean, I I haven't felt safe in a long, long time, but this year has been just such a rewarding year in so many aspects of my life, like just finding a career, making a livelihood, also starting to feel safe in my body,
Yeah.
like enjoying life again, like, and so I do this resourcing thing before bed, and it is a routine, and I listen to a recording that I recorded during our program that is just her kind of directing me on what to do. Like,
Okay.
it's really as simple. You're just kind of slowing down. Like, um, your nervous system thrives on slowness, not like, because whenever I would say like I always say trauma happens fast, healing happens slow.
I love that.
And so like when you've experienced trauma, everything, your life is just in chaos. Like your nervous system is in chaos. It has no idea how to slow down.
Yeah.
Um, and so it can definitely be a very uncomfortable experience, learning how to feel safe again. Because even if it's not good for you, your nervous system and your body likes what's familiar.
Yeah.
So it will continue to do things even if they're bad for you. So, um, and so, yeah, so that's something that I really had to focus on because I would say like the program was a bit stressful just because you're like learning so much and then you're also trying to like start this work for yourself and also life. You
Yeah.
have to, you have to work. Like I think that's what's so hard is that you really can't take a back seat from being a human to do this. Like you still have to do all of these things and somehow um heal
Yeah.
and like somehow, and but it does take a long time and it's something that some people may not agree with me on this, but she told me like you will never be healed. You're always healing. And because you're always like, when is this going to stop? Like, when am I ever going to go back? You won't.
Mm.
Like you learn to be with the pain, you learn to become a new you, and you learn just I don't know, because I struggled with that as well.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just want to go back to who I was like before I was 19. Like I've had anxiety for years, but what happened to me when I was 19, like that just completely transformed everything for me in a not a good way. So like she says another example of like your nervous system is it's like a pressure cooker.
Yeah.
And if you're not letting any steam out, it's gonna explode or implode.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to me. And
Yeah.
so that's why like all of these symptoms I had, they were mimicking bipolar, they were mimicking OCD, they were mimicking panic disorder. I
Yeah.
had like four different diagnoses and that's not really what was going on. It was trauma.
Yeah.
You can label it whatever, but there's a lot of experiences that I had gone through in a short amount of time and I never learned the skills on how to be with the pain or be with any type of discomfort. And
Mm.
so then it exploded on me.
Mm.
And um and it was terrifying. I mean, I don't know how I'm still here. Like it was not good. But and I'm never ever gonna be like the person that's like, oh, I'm glad I went through this. I shouldn't have had to go through that to
No.
make it to where I am. I don't
Yep.
believe in that.
Yep.
So you never deserve what happened to you. I don't care if it teaches you stuff or not. No one should have to suffer to thrive.
Yep.
Like, no, 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 thank you. Or
Yeah.
like, I would do it again to make it back. No. I would erase all those years if I could.
Yeah.
Like I did not deserve that. I mean, I'll be 25 in April, but I'm like just now having like a good 20s.
Yeah.
So like it was awful. Um, but that program that was what I needed for my healing. And I think if it was a lot more mainstream, um, it would help a lot more people.
Yeah.
So, because
Go ahead.
it's because people think like another, if I'm talking about this, they don't realize that like even if you haven't experienced trauma, we still everyone's nervous system operates the same way.
Yeah.
So every day we fluctuate back and forth between different states. Like you hear about like fight or flight. That's a thing. That's actually it is a trauma response, but it's also just how we operate every day. Like just getting out of bed, you are you're flooded with stress, like hormones that are they're pumping you, getting you ready for the day. That's fight or flight. It doesn't mean that you're going to experience anxiety or whatever, or any of those bad ex symptoms, but that's just that's how we, that's how we function. Like that's just how our bodies work. So,
Yeah.
and it's just really important to have and to learn that honestly from a really young age, but it's not mainstream enough. And people, you have to want to do it, have to believe in it as well. So, but yeah,
I was just gonna say off the back of thank you, Colby, for sharing as well. I'm like sorry, hang on. Let me come back to what I was saying because I'm rippling off into
I know that was a lot.
areas into my head. But I this is why I love my podcast because I think these conversations are really important. And you just yeah, these I really appreciate that this got brought up because and thank you for sharing. I was just going to say with the how you mentioned about healing and it being slow and sometimes being really hard as well. And that is because it you have to choose to want to do it, right? Like people giving up smoking, you have to want to do it because it's hard. Like, you
Right,
know, if you want to do something, if you want to
right,
prioritize yourself, that's it's not you can't just click your fingers and or take the whatever the Matrix blue red pill is, you know, like you can't just dip into, you know, that
right,
meme, that book meme where it's like you fall into like the fairyland. You can't do that in life. It's
right.
work. You have to work to prioritize yourself. And so, well done to even joining the program, let alone following through with it for 6 whole months, even when you're feeling like you're rock bottom, like hat off to you. That's hard work, and you should be really, really proud of yourself and the woman that you are morphing into
Thank
as you
you.
continue on your healing journey. Because yeah, it is no easy feat. I
Thank
was
you.
um, really, really resonating with the feeling of safety, and I got triggered from a memory, but that it's not safe like it's really hard to pick apart that word anyway I my words aren't doing what my brain's doing and
Right,
making sense but I really resonated with that feeling safe thing
right.
so I just appreciate that being brought up. I had something else to say and it fell out my butt. Never mind. Never mind. Never
It's
mind.
okay.
But I think I need to yeah, I think I do need to look into this somatic stuff because that has popped up for me a little bit and nervous system regulation is a really interesting thing
hmm
and something that I feel like is only just starting to have the surface scratched on like you said,
Right.
becoming mainstream. I I myself have just come out of a situation where just looking back in hindsight on the short time that I've been out of the situation, have been just in survival mode. And like you say, almost, I don't even think fight or flight. I think genuinely just survival mode where I'm working through that regulation of myself. And like I said
hmm
earlier, that's hard when I'm a new mum going back to work, a new mum a PA on the side. So when I have moments of stillness, I can't sit with that very well. That's really hard.
Right,
That's like,
right,
that's why I was asking and we got onto that topic because it's like my, yeah, it's really difficult to have to to find peace, basically. And
right,
I've now been
right.
able to find little pockets of it, and my work currently is I'm just trying to bask in those moments and be really strong with my own boundaries and with myself, and being like, okay, we're not picking up the phone now. we're going to take the half
Right.
an hour, or we're going to drink my coffee while it's hot, you know, um,
Yes.
and give
Yes.
myself those little pockets where I can. So yeah, oh, I love how we've come down this path because these are really, really important conversations, and you are so brave and so wonderful, and I'm so glad that this came up. Um,
Me too.
yeah, do you have anything else you want to add to that? So yeah,
Probably, because I mean, it is a lot, but I think something that you could even do, that's like, they say it's stupid simple, is something that you could just start to do is just having a routine. Like, like I said, your nervous system, it wants the same things. So like it thrives in the same routine every day.
yeah,
Um, and because it's hard to do that, like just to change anything, even if it's good for you, it's hard. So those are just little baby steps that you can do. But I'm trying to think.
I love that
This
though. I love
is,
the stupid simple. I love that
yeah,
because it really is. I think we've become, like in society, just super cluttered. And by clutter, I mean even like
yeah,
social media, you're scrolling, you're like marketed to want to buy all this stuff. And it's not
yes,
it's not till you do a stupid simple thing, such as drink a hot coffee or walk along the beach without your phone or, without anything in your pockets and just
right,
be, even if it's for 5 minutes. So I really love that concept. Because yeah, you know how people are like, oh, go touch grass. And it sounds really like hippy dippy and silly,
right,
but it's a thing, right? Like it's like a just ground
yeah.
down and come back to reality for a second. We don't need to live
Go
in
outside.
devices. Yeah.
Yeah, go outside, get in the sun. Like, I think a lot of people, because again, they victimize themselves. And I know that a lot of people may not like that I say that, but it's true because I did it. You just constantly think that you're a victim. You treat yourself like one, and that's how you think like you're never going to get better. But it's also something that I learned in this program is that your state creates your story. So the thoughts in your mind depend on what state you're stuck in. So,
Yeah.
like for me, I had, awful anxiety. So like I was stuck in flight and I the like racing thoughts, not sleeping, just literally on edge constantly. Um, and so it is hard. Like it's easy for me now because I'm better to say these things, but I know that whenever I was first starting, I was like, this just seems ridiculous almost. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe you. But again, like even with that, I had nothing to lose. Like I'd been on all the meds. I'd been to all the doctors. I've gotten second opinions. I was in therapy twice a week. I mean, there was nothing I did not do to try and get better, and it still was not working. So I was like, truly, like the only thing that's gonna happen is I'm not gonna be here anymore. So like, there's got to be something else that I can do. Like that's because nothing's gonna make me worse. I'm already at my worst.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, and like books, they've always helped. Like reading has always been something like, especially when I could not be alone with my thoughts, I always had either like TV on or a movie or was reading.
Yeah.
So like right there was no way I was going to be able to slow down. Like everything was racing in my head. So I picked up a book and just shut it all off. Like that was the only way I could get through those days. And um so they've just, you know, they have helped me so much. I mean, and they still do. That's what I want to do is I want to read whenever I get a break or something.
Yeah.
Um, that's just and always romance. I've always been into romance.
Yeah.
Um, and which is kind of funny, but um, but yeah.
So
So,
talk to me a little bit about the reading because I love how you have turned doing what something that you love to do, read or fall into romances and escape with TV shows and things.
yes.
And you've managed to turn that into your full-time work. Obviously, for me, I want to eventually flip my corporate life and that to be the side hustle, and then for me to be in my PA work or walnut work. That's what
Yeah.
I want to be my full time. So, um, tell me a little bit more about the reading, um, favorite genres, favorite comfort book, and like, did you just be like, I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna do this? Like, where did I know you said it sort of it just kind of happened, but did you get like an idea drop into your brain or bubble up your butt and be like, ah, fuck it, like the whole nothing to lose thing? Like, where did okay, let me just try and figure out what I'm trying to ask here. Where did your love for reading um turn into the I may as well just do this? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it wasn't really anything specific. I just had been reading so much and it was so weird because like I've been reading romance since I was in high school, but I didn't even realize that like Bookstagram was a thing till 2021. I don't know where I had been, but I was in like a lot of authors Facebook groups, so I was more on there. And so like I had got on Bookstagram in like spring of 2021, and then I found Book Talk in the fall. Again, I was just like, where have I been? Like,
Yeah.
this is great for me. And it was like really just taking off then. Um, and so it was just great. Like, I just, I'm not really good on Bookstagram because I'm not a graphics person. Like, that's just not, my vibe is not like that. I wish I was better at
Me too.
taking pictures and stuff like that, but that's not. I'm good at lip syncing and putting Kindle screenshots on the video.
And
That's it.
you're so
So
good. It's so good. I like you do it really, really well, honestly.
so TikTok was definitely my jam. Um, but I don't know. I mean, I said I just want to do this. Like other people are doing it. I want to see if I can do it. Like I I know a lot of the people I reached out to were like, yeah, there's no way you're going to be able to do this because I'm telling you, it is like, it's almost like everyone is like, it's like popular and then you don't have a lot of followers, so you're not going to make it. It's kind of how it can be. Like they're popular book talkers, so it was um, not easy for them, but they just had more opportunity. So I had to kind of make the opportunities. Like, how am I going to get this how am I going to start this? Um, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say there was like one specific book or anything. It just was like, I want to do this
Yeah,
and I'm gonna do it.
I love it.
Like, so, but I will say the book that got me into reading, where I was like, oh yeah, I have to read romance like every day. It was Rock Chick by Kristen Ashley,
Okay.
and she's not like on booked, like I don't even know kind of how she blew up. But my mom's coworker, she's the one that kind of got both of us into reading. And so I read this when I was 15 years old, and it's romantic suspense. And I loved romantic. I mean, I still read it, but back in high school, I loved reading romantic suspense. That's like all I read. And it just like changed my life. The heroine, I literally named my dog after her. Like it's such a like I don't know, a memory that I always will remember. Like I remember finishing that book on the couch and being just like, what did I just read? Like this is like I was so consumed by that couple and that series, and it was just so good.
Yeah, I
Like it
love that.
was so good. So that author in that book is really, really special to me. Um, and now I read just whatever. I would say like I'm a mood reader, but like I've been on like a paranormal kick recently. So like I read some of Elliot's paranormal books and I was like, oh my God. Like they were so good too.
Yeah,
It
I'm
was
done.
so like bru I said because I wanted to read them this year just for fun. And then she was like, can you do some content pulls for me? So that really kind of gave me the opportunity to finally get to them. And I was so excited for the last book. Like I just read it over the weekend and I
Well,
said, this
welcome.
that's my this is my favorite thing. I just it was so great. It was so
Oh,
great.
that
So,
series is one of those books where like I'm really pleased that you found that book Rock Chick as a teenager because I just remember thinking that series like I wish I had this when I was like in high school. I mean, obviously it's quite but I wish I had that back then and imagine the hobbies and the trajectory of life and the choices I would have made had I just stuck with reading almost, because I only came back
right,
to reading in my 30s later on in life, after after the years of doing the things. Um,
right.
but yeah, I remember thinking, oh my God, imagine if I had that in high school, what a joy. Like it's just such a vibe. So yeah, welcome welcome to life after that series.
Right. I know. My mom's always like, I wish I had these books in my 20s. Because
Yeah.
it really does, like, everyone who thinks they're unrealistic, well, you don't need to be part of this conversation then.
Yeah.
Um, but it's like, it really is, they're just so great. And I remember, like, growing up, I really struggled reading. And I noticed, like, the only books I liked were if there was just, like, a sliver of romance in them. Like,
Yeah.
that was enough for me. And so once I started reading, like actual romance books, I was like, oh my God, I could read. So like it was so easy for me to read. So I just wasn't reading what I liked, but I've always just loved happy endings and romance. I mean, it's that's just I've always liked that.
Yeah.
Um and yeah, I don't get tired of them. Like I really don't. There's
Yeah.
even if it's the same tropes over and over again, it's still a new story, new characters, and I I do it again and again.
Yeah. And we
It
love love. It's so nice to have love.
yes, yes, it is. It really is. So yeah, I'm set. Like I'm single and I don't want to date
Yeah.
and I love how my life is though. Like
Yeah.
I always it's really funny because I'm like, a man would not make this better. So why would I want that?
Yeah. Yep.
Like my life is good.
Yeah.
So I'm completely content with my life now.
I love this and I wanted to um just before we sort of start like wrapping up, I totally agree with that. And I think letting anyone into your life now that you have worked so very hard to like make your life what it is right now, um, it would have to be also just because I'm similarly in like not the same position, but on that vibe also.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
where it's like to be able to let someone in that is outside the village and the family and the friends and the support network would have to be someone that adds value on top of what already is.
Right.
Doesn't suck the life out of me, doesn't drain from any other areas. It would need to be a value add. Otherwise, bye. See ya. Don't need
Right.
ya. I
Right.
can fall into
I'm like,
my books and my things and my friends and all the stuff. Is it a value add? If not, see you later.
right. I don't have time like
Yeah,
to
yeah,
put up with that.
yeah.
I don't. So. and I'm good. I mean, I don't know if that will change. I mean, it could. I'm literally only 24. So it's really not that big of a deal. But I live with my mom and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like we're roommates and we have the best relationship and we read romance books. We talk about romance books. We love basketball and we just bond and I will never regret this time of my life. Like I think if you have a parent that is as great as she is, um I never want to not spend time with her. So like this
Oh,
will be like a time in my life where I look back and it's like I'm so glad I did that. Like
yeah.
it's like living with your mom in your 20s. Like that's amazing.
Yeah.
Like if it's good for you, of course. But like we just get along so well. So it, it's just the best. It
I
really
love
is.
that. I'm picturing like Gilmore Girls. I can totally hear how you're talking about the
Yes.
relationship. It sounds so beautiful and cozy and amazing. And yeah, I'd love to know, Colby, what is sort of, because I have a lot of in the walnut tree, we have a lot of listeners who are like wanting to sort of start something and potentially be self-employed, or like there's a lot of interest in virtual work. What does a day in your life, and I know that every day is different, because you'll have different authors to work for, and different things go on and stuff, but what does a day as a 24-year-old, self-employed, author service provider, extraordinaire, gorgeous banana, what does it look like for you?
It looks like so I get up at around 7 or 7:30. Um, I never wear makeup, so like I'm ready in like 15, 20 minutes. It's amazing. I get all cozy. Um, I usually just wear a sports bra. Again, it's amazing. I don't have to wear a shirt.
Yeah,
Um, and then I go and make a coffee or a hot chocolate and I think I have a schedule for TikTok, so I do some in the morning, some in the afternoon. So from like 8:30 to 10, um I I post for about 10, maybe more. Um and then I have reels. So I have some clients that I do Instagram reels for. And so that takes maybe like 30 minutes. And then I'll usually take a break because my eyes are usually
yeah,
super tired already. Um, and depending on lately, I've been just super busy like all day. So I'll usually have like a content pull that I need to start on a document, and I'll go through that and pull the scenes from the Kindle app. Um, and that takes a little bit, probably a few hours. And then around 2 in the afternoon is when I start my afternoon clients. And I would say that takes an hour and a half. So I would say even with all of what I have to do, I still finish like relatively early. So, um, like most people, work till 4 or 5 or 6, but I'm usually done by 3 or sometimes 4. It just kind of depends.
yeah,
But I couldn't imagine working later than that, honestly, which I know there's a lot of privilege in that, but I just say that just because of my eyes.
yeah,
Like my eyes are so cooked at the end of the day that I
yeah,
have to take a few hour breaks because usually I read at night. Like I'll start it at 7 or 8. So then I'm back on another screen.
yeah.
Um, so it's just a lot. And I really don't know how people do it longer, even though I know they do, but I like my schedule and um Yep, that's my day.
Oh, I love your day. I agree with you. My brain shuts off even pre having a baby. Um, I've always been like a early riser and finish earlier. That I always prefer that. So having a baby actually has
Right.
changed my whole schedule around, and now I have to be like
Right.
kind of a night owl. But yeah, from about 3 p.m., you know how people are like, oh, that's when you get like the random sugar cravings or whatever. That's actually just when my brain switches off. So if people want me to be
Yeah.
productive after 3, no chance. No chance in hell. I will not. It just
Yeah.
won't work. I won't be able to think. Sometimes at work I have like a workshop on or something, and like I will just disappear off into fairyland sometimes. So I hear you and I love your day. I think your day sounds absolutely amazing. And yeah, the reason why I ask is because I know people are so we've had this discussion with other people on the podcast and just in general, but people think, oh, it's so easy just to record yourself and charge $2,000 to do a video about that you read a book. So easy to be an influencer
Right.
or a creator or
Right.
whatever
Right.
and get paid to just make videos. There is so much that goes into making videos or being an author or being an influencer. So I just, yeah, that's why I wanted to ask that question as well, because it just gives a little bit of a reality check as well. It's not all just like sunshine and rainbows and only wearing sports bras. You work
Right.
really,
Right.
really hard, so much so that you need to take a 5 hour chunk of time off a screen because that's how much you're working. So
Right.
yeah, yeah, that was
Yeah.
really good. And your day actually just sounds
Yeah.
like bliss to me. I just like I'm so excited for the day that I get to do my days that way too.
Right. Yes. And like I have never been a morning person, so like I'm getting up a little bit earlier than I did whenever I was a dog sitter. And it's just, I'm glad I'm alone at that time. Like my mom works,
Yeah.
like she goes in at 5. So, like it's good because I love her, but I'm just not a morning person and I just need alone time. So
Yeah.
it works. I like quiet. I don't like lights.
Yeah.
I'm grumpy.
Yeah.
So, but I do like to get it done so I can finish earlier. Like I have tried, like sometimes if I like go out of town or something, but I don't take off work, I will sleep in, but and then work and do everything in the afternoon, and that just throws everything off and I don't like it. So
Yeah.
as much as I hate getting up, I'm glad I do and that I get it done.
Yeah.
So,
It's more productive. I
but
feel like your brain works a little bit better earlier in the morning as well. I used to find that when
right,
I used to always prefer working out at like 4 a.m. I know, which I know sounds like hell to most people, but um if I went to the gym at 4 a.m. and then like I'm at work later on at like 9 or whatever, my brain has already forgotten that I've worked out, but I've been up, I've showered, I'm rejuvenated, I'm a little bit fresh, and my brain just kind of functions a little bit
right,
better because it's had that like that wake up time. Whereas, yeah, when you sleep in, sometimes however nice it is, and I do think sometimes sleep-ins are important. Yeah, it does kind of throw off the day and create this
right.
weird little
It
backlog,
does. Yeah,
right?
your routine's off. And but like on the weekends, it's so weird because it's like your body gets used to getting up, so you sometimes can't sleep in.
Yeah,
And I try to, like, but sometimes like maybe I'll sleep till 10, um, in the morning. But I definitely on the weekends get excited about like just not having to automatically find a screen right when I get up. So like I definitely am on less screen on the weekends, and that's how I, bounce back for Monday. So yeah, just those little boundaries are really helpful.
yeah,
And I'm glad I learned what I did. And, if you can work 7 days, even though no one should,
yeah,
um, that's great, but that's not for me, and that's okay.
absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. And I like to try and find
yeah,
the little pockets of peace where I sort of can like if I'm able to just have coffee and sit in bed and open up the curtains and just look outside. I like to do sort of little things like that, even though it's not
Yes.
sleeping, it's
Yes, that's
still
nice.
resting
Right.
and regenerating
Yes.
the vibe. Um, Colby, I have a token question that I ask everybody who visits the podcast.
Okay.
Also just thank you so much. This has been a really great conversation. I
Thank
invited you
you.
to come and talk because I wanted to pick your brain of how you got into your job, and we've ended up talking about such important divine topics that all bleed into each other. You're amazing at what you do in the world and for yourself and for others. So like just thank you
Thank
for
you.
everything. Um Okay, token question is what does being a walnut, what does being a walnut mean to you?
Mm. I know you said there's no right or wrong answer, but can you give me an example of what people say to this?
Yes, absolutely. So basically, Walnut Wednesday started. I have a whole backstory that we don't have time to get into because also I'm not very good at words right now, so I'll waffle for way too long. But what I have coined being a walnut as is a walnut is a person that decides to be brave. So this podcast started as a place to practice using my voice, practice telling my story, and I started along the way listening to other people's stories and other people's bits of brave. Um, it started with me sharing stories of just how I was in a group situation and had to ask someone for a pen, and just how much I was just absolutely shitting myself that I had forgotten to bring a pen. And, small bits of brave like
Yeah.
that into resigning from a job that I absolutely loved but was so super toxic. Like quitting a gym membership where I thought I had to just continue on even though I didn't like the coaches and they were being weird to me. Like bits bits of being brave throughout your life. So I don't know if that
Okay.
sort of sort of helps.
I think it does. I'm just trying to gather my words. What does being a walnut mean to me? Um, I think just the way that I've turned my life around. Um, I was really, really close to just being like another statistic of suicide. And that's really, that experience changed me so much. And I think that just the fact that like I'm here now, I'm able to experience life again like this. Um, I think that that's what makes me brave because as much as I wanted to give up, I did it and I knew that, well, I hoped anyways, that I would make it and I'd get through it um and yeah, I think that's it.
I love it.
Uh but yeah.
And you
Yeah,
did. And you are.
I did. I did it.
You did. You're
I did it.
amazing.
I'm still doing it.
Yep.
So,
And some
yeah.
days it's a box of fluffies and some days it's a piece of shit and we go with it
Yes.
and we're
Yep.
still here and we're doing it. So thank
Yep.
you. That was really beautiful. I'm sorry that my camera is like
Thank
it's done
you.
a weird thing and you can't see,
No,
but
it's totally fine.
I have my hand on my heart right now and I'm just like listening and hearing you and seeing you, and it's really beautiful. So that was a wonderful description of what being a walnut means to you, and you are brave and you are amazing. So yes.
Thank you.
Where if there is a walnut listening who's like, "Oh my God, I'm obsessed with Colby. I want to like follow her on the internet," or like if there's an author being like, "I need to whatever," how can the walnuts listening get in touch with you?
So my Instagram and TikTok is Kolb's Land. So it's Colby with no Y, just COLBS land. Hopefully
Perfect.
they understand that.
Absolutely. And I'll put it in the show notes as well for you, Walnut. Colby, thank you so much. We have
Thank
covered
you.
a wide range, and I feel so it's been so nice to have this chat with you. It's been a long time coming, and we actually uncovered some
Yes.
beautiful little topics that are really, really important to discuss and put out into the world. So thank you for being vulnerable and for sharing those little parts with me and the walnuts listening. I am so excited for however your job continues to evolve and seeing you on the internet and watching you thrive. Thank you so very much. Well,
Yes. Thank you.
Walnut, thank you very much for being here and for spending time with us. If you enjoyed this episode, take a little screeny shot or a share and tag both Colby and I, and I'm sure we'd love to hear from you as well. But on that note, have a happy Walnut Wednesday, and I will talk to you when I can. And Colby, I will see you on the internet. Thank you so much, my
Thank you.
friend.
All right. Thank you for having me. I
Bye.
appreciate it. Bye.